Hey everybody, Nicole Bascopay here, and today we are going to talk about wedding I do's and wedding I don'ts. I have been in this industry for quite some time, and I have seen every size, style, theme, season, wedding that you can imagine. And that being said, I can confidently say that even though I feel like I've seen it all or most of it all, these wedding do's and don'ts are pretty much a one-size-fits-all. So without further ado, I am going to just go over a few do's and a few don'ts and put the rest in my blog for you all to read and catch up on later. Okay, first things first, wedding do number one. Please, ladies, do a hair and makeup trial. Even if they're charging extra for it. In the long run, it is so worth the extra money and so worth not having that stress of wondering on the day of, oh my gosh, how long is my makeup going to last? Do I need a touch-up? Is it going to look good in photos? You want to know exactly what you're going to look like, exactly how long your makeup's going to last, and how it's going to show up in photos. And have the opportunity to chat with your stylist if there's something that you don't like before it's too late on the day of the wedding. So please get out there, talk with your stylist, and sit down with them and do a trial or two or three until you're happy and confident with what it's going to look like. Second do stick to your budget. Okay, I know this is a huge event. We as women, and maybe some of you grooms as well, have been dreaming about this our whole lives, and we have a vision. But you don't want to wake up the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day realizing you spent all of your money and racked up all of your credit cards on a 5-hour event. So make it beautiful, make it special, make it unique, but stick to the budget that you set for yourself. Research average wedding prices in your area for each vendor and element as well, and then do your best to stick to it. And if you need help with that, I have another video that I've done on wedding budget tips and how to stay within your budget, so be sure to check that out. Wedding don'ts. Do not settle for your plan B if you don't love it or almost love it. And when I say plan B, I mean the plan B for your wedding ceremony and your reception. So in my area in Virginia, there are a lot of outdoor venues, and they're beautiful wineries and farms and barns and things like that. But I have seen so many brides who they go into the venue, whether it's decorated already or it's just a beautiful spring day, they book the venue and they don't really think about the plan B, or they've convinced themselves that the plan B is not necessary for them 9 months down the road. And then we get to the walkthrough 30 days before, and I start saying to them, here's how your plan B will look. And I get that deer in the headlights look because they don't love it. They hate it. And unfortunately, unless you live in Hawaii or Southern California, your plan B is a realistic option of something that could happen. So I'm not saying to book your venue completely based on the plan B, but ladies, please do not book a venue if you are not overly confident that you will be happy if we need to have a plan B. And don't number two, the last one I'm going to share with you on this video today, is don't cut the cake too early. So in my wedding budget video, we talk a little bit about how, what type of cake to buy and size and style and things like that. But excuse me, this piece of advice is don't cut the cake too early, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, your cake isn't cheap, and it's beautiful, so you want people to see it. You want it out there. It's part of your decor. It's part of your ambience, so you want it out there. Also, people aren't hungry right after dinner, so if you serve it, within 30 minutes after dinner ending, it's just going to sit on the table. Nobody's going to eat it. They're busy dancing, socializing, taking pictures, and it's going to get thrown away. I know this because I've thrown so much cake away. And also, and most importantly, the reason you don't want to cut the cake too early is because typically, I would say 9 times out of 10, once the cake is cut, that's when guests start to gather their things and head out for the evening. That's just the way it works. Even if the party's not over yet, most people start to gather their things. And so when you're cutting the cake too early, it sends the message that the party might be winding down and it might be time to go. And we don't want that. So I recommend cutting the cake. Let's say your reception is over at 10. I recommend cutting it around 9:15, something like that, so that you have time for formal cake cutting and pictures and whatnot. The photographer hasn't left yet. So I know they usually leave about 30 minutes or a little bit before the wedding reception ends. And that way your guests have enough time to dance and socialize and still feel hungry and enjoy the cake that you've spent all of this time and energy having decorated and put into your wedding. So those are some of my do's and don'ts. In my blog, I have a list of my top 5 I do's and my top 5 I don'ts, just for a little bit more guidance. And please let me know if there's something that you would like to see or something that you have questions about. I am here to help. I'm so happy to help you plan your wedding day or help plan your sister or your friend's wedding day. That is what I'm here for. So please share this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys next time.